Previously on Chaos Town.
This song is tough enough to get you into the salty spittoon. Why? It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Oh wait, what? Whoa, wait, this is so good. Wait. We're just going with the flow today. We're just taking what comes at us. I don't hate it, so there's that. This dude just stood there and let himself get kidnapped. What? Yeah, we're in for a wild ride. Oh my god, are they Vikings? Hardcore Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my god. I don't know how this happened to me. A Belgian alternative rock band with experimental tunes. That's a genre in and of itself. Okay, you know what? You get the point. They have lived in my mind rent-free for like 2 months now. The iconic Cuban Missile Crisis. Chaos Demons. It's on brand for me.
And now it continues.
Hello everyone, and yes, in case you're wondering, I am wearing the exact same thing I was wearing last video because I am filming them back to back. Anyway, you know I like to just get right into it. Today we are doing another reading my dreams, dream journal, I don't remember what I call these videos, thing. And unlike the previous ones, I have not read any of these beforehand. I just saw that I wrote down like, oh, I had a dream last night, slapped a sticky note in there, and I will be reading them for the first time and reacting to them in real time. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, this first dream is from December 19th, 2017, and in case you're wondering, we are still in this lovely journal from last time because there's quite a few of them in here. Here we go. I'm kind of scared also because, well, okay, you'll see. Last night I had a series of bad dreams and ultimately one of the worst dreams I've had in years. The first one started out normal. I was watching Stranger Things season 2 with a friend of mine, though she had never seen it before. I was trying to explain the Demogorgon to her, and then next time I looked to the screen, I was standing inside this fenced-off area with a group of other people, one of which was Glenn from The Walking Dead. I don't even know if I was still watching Walking Dead in 2017, but Glenn was one of my favorite characters, so he is allowed to live rent-free in my mind. It was basically one big rectangle with a fence in the middle, creating two fenced-off areas. The one we were in was supposed to be the safe one, and the other one looked like the Upside Down and a giant black tentacle monster like the Mind Flayer lived in a cave. Also, if you've never seen these videos before, I do often struggle to read my own handwriting, so he either lived in a cave or lived in a care. I'm gonna put my money on it was a cave. Between us was more like bars than a fence. Okay, I don't know if that's grammatically correct, but points for trying, I guess. Anyway, if we got too close to the bars, it was? No, I definitely wrote was, but it was shoot out, I think I meant to write would. It would shoot out its long tentacle arms at us, and try to get us. But as soon as it passed through the bars into our section, it got really slow, and all we had to do to get it away was kick at it and it would retract back into the cave. You know, it's funny because I was just like talking about some of like the worst nightmares I ever remember having to the same friend that actually this dream was about, or was in the beginning of this dream, and this was not one of the ones that I remembered, so I don't know if maybe the one that I had told her about is in here. It would be really weird if it was because I just talked about that. But anyway. Then we ended up on this mountain thing and climbed up this wall and ended up in this room that was like an abandoned castle. We love a good run-on sentence here on this channel. Like, I mean, we walked a little ways and ended up in this place where it was almost like a trench dug between two mountains. Someone pointed out a big group of hyenas standing on one side watching us. We couldn't move or else they would attack us, but one person panicked and went running for the other mountain, so all the hyenas charged and we all had to run too. When we got to the other mountain, all of these big dogs came running out and tried to fight the hyenas. They kept them away for a while, but eventually some broke through and me and my group had to try to fight them off. Okay, I have no idea what I wrote here. It looks like I wrote chagged. They chagged some of us away. No, they Oh, they dragged. I just didn't connect the, okay. They dragged some of us away, and eventually I was the last one left, trying to fight them all on my own. This last dream was the worst one and actually woke me up in a panic, okay. I was in my kitchen with my mom. Some guy who was a terrorist came into our house and grabbed me, holding a knife to the side of my head. I don't know what he wanted, but I tried to call his bluff and just told my mom to stay back and it would all be okay. Oh my god, I don't remember having this dream, but okay. My mom started trying to talk to him, but that kept making things worse and worse. He started twirling the knife point on my head so it would slowly go in and also sawing it back and forth a little bit at a time. I kept telling my mom to stop talking, but it was like she couldn't hear me. Oh my god. Then eventually one of us, either me or my mom, said something that made the guy let me go. As soon as he let go of me and turned around, I pulled a knife on him and barely hit him the first time, causing him to turn back around. I slashed him several times across the I'm so sorry. I genuinely, I don't remember having this dream, and like I said, I did not read any of these beforehand like I normally do, so this is all news to me. I slashed him several times across the chest after that and stabbed him one good time in the neck, and why did I word it like that? One good time. I gave him one good stab to the neck. Right before he was about to fall and die, as I was pulling the knife from his neck, he pulled out this little razor thing and stabbed me in the arm with it. What the fuck is my subconscious? Then he fell dead and the thing was stuck in my arm, and without thinking I pulled it out. My arm now had 4 good-sized gashes in it and was bleeding fast, and the last thing I remember before I woke up was looking to my mom and saying, "Bring me to the hospital, I'm gonna need stitches." Oh, and then I have a little thing here that says, when I woke up, I just remember not really knowing where I was and rolling around going, "No, no, no," and holding my arm where it had been cut in my dream. After that, I didn't want to go back to sleep. I was afraid the dream would pick up where I left off. But my eyes closed on me and I was asleep within seconds, luckily with no dreams this time. Oh my god, I guess I blocked it out because it was so traumatic, but I literally do not remember. I do not remember having that dream, but okay. It's weird because there's another dream that I don't even know. I might have had it before I was writing them down actually, but I remember having a dream once and I'll never forget it because it was the first time maybe that I remembered having a dream where I woke up and I still thought I was in the dream, and I remember getting shot in my arm with an arrow, only instead of going in like that, it went down like that, and I woke up and I couldn't feel my arm, and I was feeling around for it, and I was okay, it's still there, but why can't I feel it? And I really think it's because in my sleep I had rolled over onto it and it fell asleep, so then in my dream it was no more arm. Oh, because also in that dream I think I had to go to the hospital to get it removed, but they were oh, we're gonna have to amputate that arm, and I was no, no, no. But yeah, it's really weird when that happens, because it's what is happening to you in the real world is kind of influencing what's happening to you in the dream. The two are kind of connected. I don't know. It was freaky, but that was something. Anyway, moving on. Now it is December 21st, 2017. I had 2 weird dreams last night. Not nightmares, luckily, though one was a little nerve-wracking. Oh boy. The first one, I worked on an alligator farm. Okay, didn't know that was a thing, but apparently in my brain world it is. So, alligator farm, right. The walls around it were very tall and it was almost in a basement-like area. I had to slip through this really tiny opening and climb down this ladder to get inside. The thing about the alligators was that as long as they were kept in this certain tank, they stayed small. The size of a mini kitkat. Why did I write that? Why did I phrase it? That's kind of cute though, these little tiny Kit Kat bar alligators. But as soon as they got out and touched the floor, they grew to normal size and were dangerous again. But if you were on a surface higher than the ground, they couldn't get you because they couldn't jump. Anyway, I was supposed to make sure they stayed in the tank while the guy who owned them went out for the day. He liked to keep the lid off slightly to give them more air, even though the lid was chicken wire and had a ton of holes in it already. They kept climbing up the sides of the walls of the tank and almost got out, so I had to grab them all and put them back in. Eventually I got tired of that, so I put the lid back on and locked it. The guy came back soon after that and asked me why the lid was closed, and I told him why. When he went to take the lid off again, they all got out and grew to full size, and I just pieced out of there because how was I supposed to fight like 10 full-grown size alligators? And then I wrote R.I.P. alligator guy. Okay, now onto the second dream. The second dream was me and my family going to Universal Florida because my brother was going on a trip there with his friends. My brother got to do whatever he wanted, but I had to stay with my parents. I have a younger brother, by the way, so like where's the logic in that? I really wanted to go to Harry Potter World, but my mom wouldn't let me. And that's also funny because like I literally went to Harry Potter World with my mom. Literally in the, when is this, 2017? Like literally in the previous June of that year. So I don't know what in my mind was like making me think of this, but so after a long time of sulking around, at the end of the day she finally told me I could go tomorrow when I was writing in this journal actually about how she wouldn't let me go, and I was happy. Wow. See, that's another weird thing though. It's like the fact that I dreamt about writing in this journal. Like I journal every day, and I was journaling every day back then, so the fact that like in my dream, like I don't like when dreams are too close to real life though, especially like the worst thing, and I'm probably gonna get to some of these if I haven't done them yet. Like the worst thing is when I have a dream where it's like in my house, like I am in my house. Because it's like almost like, it's that thing in Inception where it's like, don't dream of things that are too real or else you won't be able to tell the dream apart from your real life. And it's like, yeah, like when I have a dream where things are too real, or like say I'm in my house, I'm in a real location that I know, like I don't realize that it's a dream, and not that I always, even when crazy things are happening, am able to go, oh, this is a dream. But when it's in your house, man, it's like, it's just too familiar, and I don't care for that shit at all. Alright, and this brings us to December 22nd, 2017. I was leaving college for winter break. I was showering for some reason with my clothes on, and I had long hair. Back then I had like a pixie cut or whatever you want to call it. I had short hair. Suddenly I'm home and I'm driving to go visit some friends and stuff. Only my high school was now where my middle school was. When I got there, there was a huge line of students. I forgot to cross my T. I need a pencil because this is bothering me. Anyway, where was I? When I got there, I was in a huge line of students waiting to get in, so I went ahead and asked the lady at the desk if they still took visitors. She said I would have to file out a form and talk to the head of the department about it. As I'm filling this paper out, I see my friend, a friend of mine from high school, and we talk for a little bit before the guy who I'm supposed to talk to is ready to see me. I go into his office and he's a cheerful old man. I act like I know about sports to make him like me more, and he gives me clearance to come into the school. Funny enough, with all the trouble I went through, I never actually got to go in the school to visit my friends. So I get in this blue truck, but when I come back and park the truck, again, for some reason, at the school, I come out and see all these kids trying to smash both of my cars. I run up to them and start yelling at them and trying to fight them. And then this other kid who I went to school with comes up behind me and tells me all these kids are his brothers. So long story short, I try to fight him because he started messing with my truck, but I could barely punch. But whatever, I did make him stop and walk away. I still wanted to get both cars home, but I was exhausted. I asked a cop who was nearby if I could park it in the empty parking lot until tomorrow to come back and get it, and he said I could. And that's it. Okay, well, on that note, I'm gonna go. Cause dreams are weird, you know? I have no idea what I'm gonna do next week, but if I see ya, I see ya. Might not see ya. Might see ya in 2 weeks. Who knows? I'm just going with the flow. Anyway, I will see you.